find that out. We're so glad you're here. The 31st annual Will Mclean Festival. What a beautiful day. Just so glad that you all are here. I'm excited to, before we do the song contest winners, we have a special performance that we're going to have from we did something new this year that's very exciting. When the Will Mclean Foundation was formed, one of the goals was to provide scholarships for young people. And so this is the very first year that we have been able to make that happen. So I'm going to introduce Jeannie Danella McCormick, our president of the Will Mclean Foundation. She'll introduce Lucy. She's going to tell you a little bit about, before we get to the song contest winners, the scholarships that we are offering this year. Make her welcome, our president of the Will Mclean Foundation, Jeannie.
Good evening, everybody. We are delighted to be able to finally kick this off. It's been a long time coming, and so Shane, Margaret, and Whitey, who was instrumental in part of this project, are not here tonight, but they are in spirit. And so basically, we are offering this particular year is a $3,000 scholarship for someone in music production or writing, or anything to do with promoting music within Florida. And we have two wonderful recipients tonight. One of them is definitely here. The other one seems to be MIA at the moment, but we're looking for her. And you found her? We're here. Oh, good. Come on up. But I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Lucy Lang. She was the one that we swindled into taking on the actual reading of the applications and getting with the kids as they applied for the scholarship. So here she is, and her sister Melinda also helps. So. It was a lot of fun doing the first year of our scholarships, and we had a lot of applicants, and I think I picked two really good ones. And our first one is Trevor Griffin, and I have a few notes about him. Let's see, he's the perfect candidate to have applied for our scholarship because he's a lover of Florida, a successful songwriter, and finds joy in all types of music. He was just the type of person we were looking for. He's released original music online and has accumulated over 200,000 streams just this year. And his live band is called Trevor and the Receptionist, which he describes kind of as indie funk, but we'll see. But after becoming more familiar with Will Mclean, he feels inspiration and direction from Will's music. So we're hoping he will get really into Florida folk. So he plans to attend college and major in music production and be a music producer. And music is his passion and joy. So I would like to welcome Trevor Griffin, and he will play one selection for you.
Thank you so much. So, as Lucy kind of mentioned, this isn't exactly folk music. I hope it's received well, but it's called Space, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. All the days down like liquid in my hands. I quickly walk away now because I do not comprehend. And sometimes bridges are much easier to burn than to leave up and consider. So take me to that far off place, throwing shadows at the moon from space. I never get to really do what you say. Maybe I gave it all that I can take. Take me to that far off place, throwing shadows at the moon from space. I never get to really do what you say. Maybe I gave it all that I can take. I'll miss you when I go. I don't know how to say goodbye. Should I try or should I go? Sometimes bridges are much easier to burn than to leave up and consider. So take me to that far off place, throwing shadows at the moon or from space. I never get to really do what you say. Maybe I gave it all that I can take to take me to that far off place, throwing shadows at the moon or from space. I never get to really do what you say. And sometimes bridges are much easier to burn than to leave up and consider.
Okay, now I'd like to introduce our other recipient, Audrey Morris. Audrey is a senior from Cocoa, and she was given her first violin at the age of 3 and her first recital at the age of 4. So right now she teaches violin with her mother, Cricket Moros. You may have heard of her. She has played with the Fiddling Crickets, and now she's a member of the Village Gypsies. Some of her favorite memories throughout childhood are visiting the Swanee River Spring Fest, Barberville, and the Florida Folk Festival. And we're so happy to have her here today. And she plans to attend Daytona State College and major in photography. And she's signing with them as a cross-country runner. So we are very happy to have Audrey here, and we know she will be an asset in keeping Florida folk alive. So let's welcome Audrey and her mother, Cricket.
Thank you. I gotta say, I thought we were playing tonight, but then I looked at the schedule, it was tomorrow, so we didn't get like the band with us. So we're just gonna play a couple of our songs that we like to play. We like to play a lot of traditional Irish music and for dances and things like that. So this is Bus Stop Reel and Cup of Tea.
like to officially give them each their $3,000 certificates, and they can turn in.
That is very exciting. $3,000, boy, that's going to go a long ways. We'll be hearing more from them, I'm sure, as time goes by. I'm Donna Green Townsend, and been coming to this festival since, gosh, 1998, I believe. And one of the things I got involved with really early on with Ken Skeens, who used to coordinate our song contest, was helping to take all the songs that would come in from the song contest, put them from cassette onto the computer, and then dub them for the judges. And eventually, I've worked my way up to being the actual coordinator, and we have 5 judges. And I am so excited to say that this year, as in past years, the entries have come from all over Florida. I mean, we had songs from the Panhandle down to Miami. And so some new things this year. We have folks who have never entered before who did really, really well.
Yes.
And I'm excited to tell you a little bit about the 4th place winner this year. Scott Jackson on my far left over here from Summerfield, Florida. And he's up here with, he's a dentist in the Ocala area. He's up here with his friend, Andy Cohen, who is a retired dentist. They have a group called Wound Tight, but they're playing together, and this is a song that Scott wrote that kind of has a going home feel to it. And he told me he lives in Summerfield, but he was born and raised in Miami.
That's right.
And so
Dolphins, go.
So again, this is the first time that he has ever entered the song contest. And the name of this song is called Florida Highway.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, folks. Since I've seen my home, so I take this journey on my own, and I drive south to Tampa Bay. Memories of the ocean air, people fishing off the bridges there fill my head. I was just a kid, so I look up to the sky as I leave the world behind me, and the moon, she shines, lighting up my way on this Florida highway. To find my old neighborhood. On the corner was an old rosewood where I would sit underneath its shade. Ended up at my childhood place. Closed my eyes, I saw my mother's face, and she smiled. Then I drove away. So I look up to the sky as I leave the world behind me, and the moon, she shines, lighting up my way on this Florida highway. it's time. It's time to say goodbye. So I look up to the sky, and I leave that world behind me. And the moon, she shines, lighting up my way on this Florida highway. And the moon, she shines, lighting up my way on this Florida highway. On this Florida highway.
Scott Jackson, I'm telling you what, first time I heard it, tears, right? Beautiful. Who can't relate to a going home feeling, right? So now to tell you, he's good. If you want to hear more, which I bet you might, you want to turn out at the Songwriters Circle at the Cypress Stage tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So you'll get to hear more from Scott Jackson. Our third place winner couldn't come to the festival. He lives up in North Carolina. Many of you may know Jim Bickerstaff. Jim has done recordings through the years of so many of our precious songwriters. And so he wasn't able to make it down here for the festival. But we did feature all of our top 3 on our website through willmclean.com. So if you haven't checked that out, go to willmclean.com and you'll see where it says more about the songwriters. And you click on that and you can actually hear all these top 3 songs and learn a little bit about each of the songwriters there. So you can hear Jim Bickerstaff's song there. It was also co-written by Pete Gallagher. And many of you may know Pete because he does a lot of great publicity for folk songs on WMNF out of the Tampa area. And so we're so thankful that he does that kind of thing. Here's a copy of what Jim Bickerstaff's new CD looks like. And it's called Florida. And actually, he had 2 songs in the top 10. Out of 3 that he entered, 2 made it into the top 10. So I hope you'll check that out and give him some support and feedback. Our second place winner is not new to the song contest. He has won second place 3 times. This makes his 3rd time. John Butler, and I'll see if I can make sure I pronounce where he's from correctly. Matt Lachey is where he's from. And he won a few years back for a song called Oh Miami. He won for a song, second place for a song called Miami Bound. And this year, he's got a song that's a beautiful song. Come on up, John. Called Bridge to Sanibel. And maybe he can fill us in a little bit on what the inspiration was. Sounds like it's kind of a love song for somebody across the bridge to Sanibel. I don't know, John. Is that right, do you think? Are you going to tell us?
No.
You're not going to tell us?
Let the mystery remain.
The other exciting thing that happened for John was that many of you have heard of the Kerrville Festival. John, there were 800 applications from songwriters. They picked 32 finalists and then narrowed it down to 6 co-winners in 2018. And he was one of those 6 co-winners. Isn't that exciting? Very good. Well, let's make him welcome with his second place song, Bridge to Sanibel. John Butler.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, hello, fellow fatalists. I trust that this is a fresh microphone condom. I hope so. It's the dying of a summer day down Caloosahatchee Way. The rain's come and gone, the leaves fishermen share a beer as I drive across the bridge to Sanibel. I can picture you right now, picking up those tourist towels, closing down the tiki bar from hell. You'll change your blouse and brush your hair before I catch up with you there, just a ways beyond the bridge to Sanibel. Thin gray ribbon of concrete and steel, crossing water and impossible blue. Thin gray ribbon tying me to you, easy living. That's the story they tell about the world beyond the bridge to Sanibel. Tomorrow morning we'll both rise after the sun reclaims the sky. We'll walk the beach and look for pretty shells. We'll make a list of things to do, then we'll tear that list in two. For we both crossed the bridge to Sanibel. Thin gray ribbon of concrete and steel, crossing water and impossible blue. Thin gray ribbon tying me to you, it's a given. We'll have some stories to tell about the world beyond the bridge to Sanibel. Thank you very much.
John Butler, Bridge to Sanibel. It gives me great honor to give you a second place certificate for the song contest. And hope you keep entering. Got to get you to first place. Got to get
One
you there.
day. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, John. The trio coming up here now, this is the first time that they've entered the song contest. This is their first time here at Will Mclean, so we want them to come back. They've been getting quite the following at a wide variety of places. You've maybe heard the Currys at the Florida Folk Festival, the Gamble Rogers Festival. They were recently in Gainesville at the Heartwood stage, sound stage. And so they're really getting to be quite popular, and we're excited to have them here. As a matter of fact, a couple years ago, Catherine Bell Long, who won the song contest for her beautiful song called Tallahassee, she encouraged them to send in this song when she heard it. And so with her encouragement, they entered it, and it became the #1 song this year, which is called Gulf Coast Home.
All right. Hello, Will Mclean Fest. Thank you guys for being patient with us. We are the Currys, like Donna said, and we're thrilled to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really thrilled also to have been honored with this recognition of this song. And like Donna said, we wrote this song for home originally under better circumstances, but then after the hurricane hit, it felt right to sort of use it to to spread the love. And that's what the song's about. It's called Gulf Coast Home.
Summer smile, the road ahead, the best I left behind me. Saving past trouble, met mother's child. A highway got grown mighty wild. There's just one place that seems to recognize me. I wanna go to my Gulf Coast home, with pines and palms together, sing the songs I used to know. As I was born, so may I die beneath this watercolor sky forever on my Gulf Coast home. Pocket full of promises, but no band, no way to win a good woman's hand. She made it real, she could not stand beside me. So I packed up my pride and went on the lam. Too little sense and no plan. Took a good long while for me to try and find me. Now I wanna go to my Gulf Coast home, with pines and palms together, sing the songs my people wrote. As I was born, so may I die beneath this watercolor sky forever on my Gulf Coast home. My life, it flows like water down these highways, but still I find no place to make a stand. Where the rain runs in rivers right behind me to my native land. I wanna go to my Gulf Coast home, with pines and palms forever, sing the songs I used to know. As I was born, so may I die beneath this watercolor sky forever on my Gulf Coast home. I wanna rule my Gulf Coast home. I wanna go my Gulf Coast home. I wanna go to my Gulf Coast home.
Beautiful song. Now, you probably aren't going to want to hold these, but we have one for each of you with your name on
Perfect.
it.
Thanks for putting me first.